Hi there, Libra. How are all my Libras doing? Welcome to your reading. This will be for mid-September through about mid-November, but if you come across this during any other time, it was meant to find you at that time for a reason. So just because it doesn't match the timeline doesn't mean it doesn't match what's going on with you right now. And as I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not making any sense, then it may not be your story. Don't try to force it if it doesn't fit. What do we have for my Libras? This card wanted to pop right out of the deck here. So, right out of the deck, starting off with that Eight of Cups in the reverse, you're having a really hard time walking away from something or someone. Let's see what else we can get. We've got the Ten of Cups in the upright here. Six of Wands. And then we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. So this is kind of a strange combination. So with that Ten of Cups, that talks about being happy and emotionally fulfilled, like it's the rainbow at the end of the storm. If you had a love question on your mind, that's just about one of the best cards you can get. If you know darn well the person is toxic, it's talking about finding emotional fulfillment either way, whether it's with the person that's on your mind or if it's from within yourself. We've got the Six of Wands here, so you're highly recognized for being a good partner, or like your partner recognizes how good of a match you are for them. I don't really see anything unhealthy in your love life, if you have one, if it applies to you. I do, however, with this Three of Cups in the reverse, some of you may be having issues with trying to get more self-control with overindulgence, whether it's substances, maybe spending too much. I think we're all a little guilty of that sometimes. Could be drinking, some form of gluttony. It could be anything, but it can be tied to some kind of addictions or overdoing something. And you may be, without realizing it, you could be drinking more because you're becoming a little bit of an emotional drinker, whether you consciously realize it or not. Because back to that Eight of Cups in the reverse, normally that talks about having a hard time walking away from something that you should. So maybe you're having a hard time kicking a certain habit. There might be people that either don't understand your life or they don't have your best interest at heart for some reason. Whether it's intentional on their end or not, it's not healthy for you, and for some reason you're having a hard time walking away from it. And now that Three of Cups, the card about overindulgence, that actually showed up in your distant past, so this might be something that you've already gotten a hold of and taken care of. If you haven't, that's on you to find out what's going on. And sometimes, you can quit the habit all you want, but if you don't get to the root of the issue, if it's a problem, if you're drinking it up and enjoying it and you don't want to quit, then don't worry about it. This isn't for you. So in your very recent past, we have the Fool card in the reverse. That talks about a halt on a new chapter, a halt on new beginnings. Something's holding you up from whatever this is you're having a hard time walking away from. There's like a beautiful new chapter in your life, Libra, that's getting ready to open up, that's all ready to come into fruition, but there's a blockage there. Something's blocking you, you're hesitant for some reason. What's going on with you, Libra? So in the very near future, we've got the Ten of Swords, so I feel like right now or in the very near future, maybe this is what you're fearful of. This is about hitting rock bottom. It's also the feeling of being stabbed in the back, the feeling of people or a person that's supposed to be your ride or die and have your back no matter what. Somebody isn't there or wasn't there. Maybe that's what you're afraid of, and that's what's putting a halt on this new chapter. I don't know what this is, but it's making me mad for you. And then we've got the Devil card. So the Devil card, in combination with that Three of Cups, there's definitely some kind of unhealthy, toxic habit, whether it's drinking or gambling, shopping, or whatever. There could be like a toxic cycle, could even be generational. And you don't know where the hell to begin to even start to try to fix it. Like, I'm getting a lot of, there's a lot of happiness in your life, but there's this really dark undertone of fear. If you don't feel that, then don't worry about it, that part's not for you. If it is for you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you feel it. You felt it before I even drew a single card. Tarot card readings, really what they are is verifying what you're already thinking. I don't think that it's telling you much that you don't already know, to be quite honest. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Whatever this situation is burning you the fuck out. You feel like you're living a double life. You feel like you have a lot on your plate. This could also be related to a work situation. Whatever this is, you know what it is. So we've already got the gist of what's going on now. Spirit, universe, God, if there's anything you'd like to tell me, to give to my Libras for advice on this situation, if they haven't prayed already and gotten answers, is there anything that you can tell me? So we've got the Three of Swords. That feels like a betrayal, like a kick in the gut. But yet, with the Eight of Pentacles, you're becoming the master of your craft. So, what I'm getting is, you feel like no matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough, and people aren't going to, or the person isn't going to listen to you. And with this Knight of Wands in the reverse, that talks about hesitation. So, if you're looking at the Knight of Wands in the upright, that's like forward movement, speed, straight ahead, passionate, energy, passion, drive, and, taking the bull by the horns. But when it's in reverse, it's verifying that Fool card in reverse. You are being halted by something. And I think your hesitation is due to your own fears. Are the fears grounded? Probably. Who am I to say whether you have a right to be afraid or not? Like, some people who don't know the situation, they'll be quick to say, oh, don't be afraid, you have to do this or say that. Well, are they in your shoes? Do they feel how you feel right now? Like, don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself. Listen to what's in here. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, King of Cups in the reverse. That talks about somebody being emotionally cold, or just straight up not understanding how you feel, or at least that's what you're feeling. But we've got the King of Pentacles, so I feel like you're taking a slow and steady wins the race approach to this situation. It also talks about coming into your power financially and health-wise. This is a very stable energy. It may be slow moving, but it's a stable energy. It's same thing as slow and steady wins the race. It's very close to the meaning of the Emperor card, like you're king of your emperor, or king of the empire, king of your emperor. Well, some of you might be, that's your business. And then we've got the Nine of Wands. You've got your guard up. You're really afraid to confront this situation for whatever reason. Who am I to judge if you should be afraid or not? Sometimes, like with this King of Pentacles here, this might not be one of those situations where everybody's yapping in your ear. Oh, do this, why don't you just say that or do this? No, this situation requires strategy and careful planning. Some things are better to jump in and just do it, but then there's other situations where that might not be a good idea. It might be a better idea to take a more strategic approach, and I think that's the answer and that's the solution to what's going on in your situation. Whatever this is that's putting a halt in, like on the next new chapter, the solution is more of a slow and steady wins the race. It takes strategy and careful planning to solve this. Don't let anybody try to rush you or badger you into doing or saying something before you're ready. What else can we get for Libra? I feel like that was a lot in a short period of time. So we've got 3 of Wands. You're really sick and tired of waiting for this to resolve. And then we've got the Moon card. So I think that you're going to be keeping this under the surface for a long time. And the other thing is that people don't understand about your situation. You know, little birdies in your ear. I don't really see the illustration of it in this particular deck. But normally with the Moon card, there's a picture of 2 dogs. One is wild and the other one's like a tame pet dog. So you've got polarity, you've got duality. And what people don't understand, oh, it should be easy. You know, there should be an agreement and understanding in this situation that should be easy to get to. They don't understand the other side of the situation. And if they don't know what they're talking about, just smile and nod and, you know, in your brain tell them to shut up like you always do. But whatever you do, don't do something just because other people tell you to. And I think that you're already good at that anyhow. But if you need me to say it, well, I just said it. And finally, we have the 4 of Swords that talks about taking a retreat, hibernation, peace, you know, kind of hiding a little bit, not necessarily hiding in a fearful way, but taking a break for some introspection, reflection, just resting, or even going on vacation, just taking a mental break from it all. Because if you keep trying to force yourself to solve a problem, do you ever notice, for those of you that have a job, or even if it's something around the house or on your car, you keep messing with something and messing with something, and you keep going, and you're so frustrated because you can't fix it, and you become mentally exhausted, and you do the same thing over and over, and you literally get nowhere? But then have you noticed where if you say, fuck it, walk away for a minute, you know, and you've had some rest, and you've had time to chill, you weren't even thinking about it, and then one day you go back to it and say, I think I'm gonna try this again, and boom, it's solved like that. Not always. Some of you are laughing at me right now, but I feel like that's kind of what you have going on in your situation. You can keep going and going and going all you want, like a hamster in a wheel. You need to give yourself a break, step back, do something else to distract yourself, something that's relaxing, that can take your mind off of things, then return to it later. I swear, our brains work so much better when we walk away from something and go back to it later. You know, I always say don't give up, but sometimes it's good to just put something on pause for a minute, because what's the point in trying and trying and trying to force something and you're getting nowhere because you have no brains left? Walk away for a minute. Give your brains a chance to rejuvenate. Don't be so hard on yourself. I don't know if that resonates for you guys. Hopefully that helped you with whatever you have going on, or at least verified some issues that you've got going on in your life. If none of it matches, it's not your story this time. Don't worry about it. Don't shoot the messenger. Well, I hope that you have a great rest of your week. I'm not gonna say productive, because it is okay for you to rest, Libra. I want you resting this week if you need it. Don't overload your plate just because other people see fit. give yourself time to chill and enjoy yourself for a little bit, especially with this nice weather we're having in most parts of the world. Here in Wisconsin, it's kind of fallish. It's September right now. Anyways, Libra, I hope you have a great rest of your week, a great rest of your month. Don't work too hard. Don't be hard on yourself. Thank you so much for watching.